What's up? What's up? This is Uncle REG live. Finally. There we go. There we go. Taking a little bit of while over here. I don't know. It's taking a little bit of while. Give my little sound effects. I have to keep it on and then I can do it. But anyway, hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? We only got one person in the chat. Yeah, we on here. We gotta talk about it today. Cardi B victory over Tasha K. She got her. She finally got her. And we're gonna talk about that. Talk about Iran war. The update on that. It's a war. This ceasefire mess. This is ain't no ceasefire. I don't see how it could be a ceasefire. We take a pot shot at each other, but Trump is doing that for a reason, and I'll explain why he's doing that for a reason. You got Kodak Black arrested, and Abba preach out here got exposed by a girlfriend, just like it's ironic, just like Myron Gaines did by his girlfriend. And it seems like they both got the same type of, they got the same type of, how can I say it? Damn. They kind of like the same type of girl. The superficial ones that, lip fillers and all that. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Dang, that's when I'm trying to get started. Always something. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Albert preach, Now Myron Gaines is going in on them, and we're gonna play the video, man. And I'm going to say that they got getting set up again by these girls. Remember, the same girls they go with is these superficial, girls that get in the gym all the time. They got the lip fillers and stuff, the fake ass stuff, the Botox, the 3 or 4 model type. And they are like non-black, of course, they're non-black. So this is what they're dealing with. And they want money and stuff. Lots of money. So they get with these gazoos and stuff and think it's gonna be all gravy and good. I got control of them and find out these motherfuckers is psychopaths and shit. They just like the thug nigga you did with dealt down the street. No, I don't want that, baby. Fuck that. I ain't trying to do over there. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. Shit, you gotta take care of that yourself. Shit. Are you sure it's mine? Oh no. I thought you was a gazoo. I thought it's gonna be all lovely. I thought I was having made. Shit. Oh no. Anyway, we're gonna get into that and some other stuff. So the first thing I want to do is play this video about Joe Rogan interviewing Elon Musk, but he talks about there's not going to be any phones or apps or operating system in the next 5 years. It was very interesting. So let's go ahead and let's see where we at. Okay, here we go. Okay. Let's go. Let's go and listen to this. This is very interesting. Very interesting, folks. Where's my thunder at? Come on, man. There we go. Alright, let's go. Let's play this.
I'm not working on a phone.
Because you might be the only person that could get people off of the Apple platform.
Uh-oh.
Well, I can tell you where I think things are going to go, which is that we're not going to have a phone, or in the traditional sense. What we call a phone will really be an edge node for AI inference, for AI video inference.
So you're going to have a node. You're going to be walking around with a node. But it's going to put out a lot of people. Techie might, I don't know what kind of job he's going to have after this. This nigga said get rid of it because he write programs and stuff like that. And I don't know what he's going to be, a lot of these programs going to be doing after this. No apps. No phone. Well, not phone in the sense that you know. No operating system. And I know he does videos on operating systems, especially on Linux. He's an expert in Linux operating system. No more of that. That shit's gone. But he's gonna explain how what it is. Oops.
I'm not.
You might be the only person that could get people off of the Apple platform.
Well, I can tell you where I think things are going to go, which is that we're not going to have a phone, or in the traditional sense. What we call a phone will really be an edge node for AI inference, for AI video inference, with some radios to obviously connect to. But essentially you'll have AI on the server side communicating to an AI on your device, formerly known as a phone.
So you're gonna, god damn, hold on, man. Alright, oops. Let's go ahead and continue. Yeah, little problems out here.
And generating real-time video of anything that you could possibly want. And I think that there won't be operating systems, there won't be apps in the future. There won't be operating systems or apps. It'll just be, you've got a device that is there for the screen and audio and for. I'm not working on a phone.
Because yeah,
we're gonna play this over again.
You might be the only person that could get people off of the Apple platform.
This is crazy.
Well, I can tell you where I think things are going to go.
But it's coming.
Which is that we're not going to have a phone, or in the traditional sense, what we call a phone will really be an edge node for AI inference, for AI video inference, with some radios to obviously connect to. But essentially you'll have AI on the server side communicating to an AI on your device, formerly known as a phone, and generating real-time video of anything that you could possibly want. And I think that there won't be
AI communicating with another AI. This is it. This is what's gonna happen, man. Talking about Tony Stark shit. That's what you're gonna have.
Operating systems. There won't be apps in the future. There won't be operating systems or apps. It'll just be.
Damn.
You've got a device that is.
That's gonna put a lot of people out of business, man. The AI gonna be making apps. You don't need an operating system because the operating system is the AI. Ooh.
There for the screen and audio and for. I'm not working.
Okay. So let's get on back over here. So folks, man, that's coming 5 years. Why do you think all these data farms is popping up everywhere? Especially that big one in Utah that people complaining about and stuff. And I'm sure in these ghettos where you got vacant lots, there's going to be data centers there, maybe smaller ones. They're going to put them there. And people mad, well, we put them in the black. Well, y'all niggas should have been trying to rebuild the ghetto. You put money into the black neighborhood, but you didn't. You let people come in, just make money off of you, but they wasn't building the neighborhood. They came in, all these foreigners came in to your neighborhood to build, just to take money, just to make money off of you, siphon the money off of you. They didn't go there to build infrastructure. There's a place to go to get money off of you, and they take their money out and build their neighborhood with the money they make off of you. And black people complaining, why you gonna put a data center there? Well, shit, you ain't did nothing for years, decades, with the land you got over there. I'm just saying, don't get mad. But anyway, yeah, so that's coming, folks. So that's gonna put Apple out of business. No need for operating system. No need for apps. So let's get on and talk about this other thing, about the gas. Gas. Everybody's complaining. And gas is so bad now that it's starting to affect fast food, like McDonald's, Burger King, Wingstop, a few other fast food chain places. They're saying, the gas prices are hurting customers with household income of $45,000 or less, leading to declining traffic in quick service restaurants. They shift to the value to combat the failing demand and change our supercharging value menus, such as McDonald's expanded their items under $3 and Taco Bell utilizes the deluxe value meal. This is the Tasting Table report that increase in fuel costs, delivery, logistics, impact everything from franchise logistics to the last minute convenience. Yeah, man, it's bad. And let's go over a list of things that the gas is affecting. But it's going to really affect, so let's say transportation, logistics, supply chain. It's shipping costs, diesel prices, cost to move trucks, okay, delivery fees, increased expense of courier service, shipping, and food delivery apps. I don't even want to even look on how much it costs to order something out now from Grubhub. Well, I always order from Grubhub. I know it was already high already. I'm going like, when I went there the last time I ordered, some chicken and some wings or something. It was like $30 or something for like 20 or something. Now that shit up like $60, and most of that is the fee for the Uber and stuff. Delivery costs is that, gas costs is that, some other miscellaneous costs. It was crazy, man. And then it's a public transit. Now I'm surprised. I don't know. I don't ride the bus, but I know I've been on the bus a couple times, and for me it was like $1 or something. Let's go down the street and shit. That might be $2 now. Shit. They said buses, subways, and trains, all that, and then the air travel. We know about the jet fuel, and some people is running out of jet fuel. It's going to be a big problem with jet fuel. That's why Spirit went out of business. They say the reason why Spirit went out of business is because of the price of jet fuel was that one thing that did it for them. Remember, there was a second bankruptcy they was going through. They was already had problems already. There's complaining about gas prices while others worried about others. Oh, wait a minute. Complaining about gas prices while others are worrying about life at war. Hey. It's all connected. The war, gas, all that shit connected. Stop the war, then everything can go down. Let's see, the cost of groceries. Okay, that's another thing that affected plastic packaging. Since plastic is petroleum based. Well, one thing about California, they got rid of plastic. Can't use plastic. It's banned from using plastic bags here. So we're not affected by that. Clothing, synthetic fibers, polyester, nylon, made from petrochemicals. Okay, electronics, appliances. I know that's gonna go up. Aluminum, essential for building cars, drive the prices, construction costs, raw material, machinery, yeah. And then you got a household and small business budget and disposable income. Yes, that's one thing that's hurting people with disposable income. Less money spent on leisure activity, entertainment, non-essential items, small business operation, particularly those relying on deliveries, face reduced profit margin. Okay, lower income household, these households spent larger share of their income in gas, making high price significant burden. Okay, and vehicle choice, consumer increasingly. Shift towards buying more fuel efficient electric. You should have did that when the pandemic happened, when the gas went up the first time with Biden. Y'all should have been trying to get a fuel efficient car in. So that's no excuse. Yeah, you still trying to buy, driving that gas guzzler, those Suburbans and stuff like that. You crazy. You crazy out here now, especially now. Yeah, $20 gonna give you a quarter tank. They might not give you a quarter tank now. Shit, crazy. And then you got fertilizer costs, which everybody's talking about. I don't think the fertilizer is going to hit right away. It's going to hit maybe now. I guess starting now when this is the growing season or whatever. It's I don't think it's going to hit right away. We won't feel that effect until a couple months down the road. Manufacturing factor, high price, potential reduction, okay. And then you got energy protection, higher cost of him. And then you got the economic and social impact, inflation. I got really directly to overall consumer price, consumer confidence, prices rise, consumers tend to feel more negative about their personal financial, economic, and business investment. Company may either wait and see mode, ready to invest in hiring, will slow down. All this is going to slow down economics, the economic growth of this country. There's a wealth gap. Rising costs of essential items like gas and disproportionate affect lower income and wealthy ones. So yeah, man, that's what's going on, man. The gas is up. It's starting to go back up again. You know, what is it for? Hey, what I got here? No. Yeah, WTI is $95. It went back up. It was going down. It was going down because they said they had this peace deal in effect. It keeps saying this peace deal in effect. I think Trump is saying this to affect the markets. He's doing this to get money. When he keeps saying, I never see the president say, "Oh, it's going down. It's going down. We got this peace deal. We got peace deal." When the other side is saying, "No, there's no talk. There's no deal. There's no peace deal. We don't want to meet with you." That this doesn't make any sense. He's trying to manipulate the market. He don't care about the money. And then when he said that, we might hit him, and we hit him, and then they're gonna bet. His buddies in Wall Street will bet going down. That's how he stay in business. I'm telling you, man, he's gonna get in trouble for inside trading or something. They're gonna hook him up with something. They're gonna get him. Democrats get in, lose the midterms. He's gonna be in trouble. Serious trouble. Serious trouble. Let's see. What we got here? So basically, the ceasefire is broken, folks. I don't see. You know, yeah. Yesterday, you know, Iran hit 2 of the warships, started it off, and then the U.S. hit 4 Iranian ports around the Strait of Hormuz. And today, the U.S. fired on an Iranian flag tanker. I guess they were trying to break the blockade or whatever applied on them. So U.S. expecting, you know, I guess Iran to respond on this peace proposal, which I don't know what they're supposed to do it today. Let's see. What's up with Dinger? What do you say? They said people vacation in Dubai goes from popping bars to dodging bombs. Huh. Crazy. Now Trump and the news agency, both news agencies, CNN, Fox, they all saying, "Oh, it's a ceasefire. It's still in effect. Ceasefire is still in effect." But you're taking pot shots at each other. And this is what Trump said. You know, ceasefire is still in effect, but U.S. will knock them out harder and a lot more violently if Iran doesn't accept the peace deal. That's right. You know, everything was going good. It was down until the shooting started. Now, one reason why I think what he's doing is that the 60-day, the War Power Act is up. He's going to have to get approval for Congress to go forward if he's going to actually go to war. That's what keeps saying peace deal, ceasefire. But he can attack them if they get attacked, which happened. Iran attacked the U.S. and I think the U.S. provoked them, so they will attack him, so he can go in and do his work. So he's going to do it like this. He's going to be attacking Iran. But the fact of war is back on again, without actually going to Congress saying we're going to war. But if he wants some more money, he can't get no more money because you got to cease fire. So that's another thing. See, if he says a war, then he can go to Congress and get money and stuff. But he can't get money if you get a ceasefire. So he's hoping that all this will pan out sometime soon, so he can say he won the war and all this. It's not going to work like that. It's not going to work. And Iran knows what's going on. And Israel, your buddy, your best buddy, don't want you to have a ceasefire agreement. They want you to keep warring because they want to control the whole entire region. You have to get Iran out, and that's what they would have promised him. So this is not going to stop. It's going to be bad for us, man. And the Americans is going to pay for this in their pocketbooks. Pain, which some of us already suffering now. But it ain't over yet. So, folks, let's get on to the next thing. I gotta talk about this. I gotta talk about, apparently UFOs was declassified today. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna play this video. Well, before I do that, hold on. All right, let me see what you guys saying. So what's up with Julio? People okay. Yeah, what's up with Julio? Okay, now we got to talk about the UFOs, man. Apparently I'm gonna play this video, but they declassified some UFOs. I'm gonna show you the clips what they shown, and I'm gonna show one video too of this. This is crazy, folks. I don't know. I don't really believe this shit, but we're gonna play it anyway. I believe all this is the government. And right now, you bring this out now, we at the war. This is nothing but for a distraction. Think this is gonna work? Ain't nobody care about no goddamn UFO. They care about the war and the gas prices and stuff. Shit, they want shit back to normal. They don't care about this shit, but we gonna play it anyway. Let's go.
Department of Defense has released hundreds of never-before-seen files on UFOs. This is part of President Trump's effort to increase transparency on government knowledge of possible extraterrestrial activity. Here are some of the new pictures on the Department of Defense's website. It includes one image from the Apollo 17 mission to the moon. Can't quite make this out.
I have no idea
it's basically, apparently it shows.
What does that look like?
It appears to show lights above the lunar surface. So for more on this, we called in an expert, Avi Loeb. He's a Harvard astrophysicist who leads the Galileo project, which focuses on this kind of unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAP. Professor, thank you so much for joining us. You've been going through these files. What stood out to you?
Thanks for having me. Well, the Apollo images are indeed quite interesting. There is another release from Apollo 12 of some lights above the horizon. One thing to keep in mind is that there is no atmosphere to the moon, so any object will go straight and impact the surface without burning up in the atmosphere, as often we see in meteors on Earth. And so that means that you can generate light as a result of these impacts. And that's the one thing I would like to clarify, whether these lights could be the result of impacts by rocks on the surface of the moon, which happen all the time. The Artemis 2 astronauts noticed of other 6 or 8 flashes of light associated with that when they passed near the moon. So that's one interesting set of data, but there are also a lot of documents.
That's another thing. They say that asteroids, rocks hit the moon all the time. If that much debris floating in space, going at beyond supersonic speeds, why didn't the Artemis get hit by it? I'm just saying. You get hit by rocks all the time. The moon get hit by rocks all the time. I'm just saying. Interesting.
Documents which are quite intriguing. For example, there is a document from December 19th, 1947 to the Chief of Staff of the United States Air Force in Washington. And the first point that is made in that letter is that there are reports on flying saucers, flying discs. And these are serious people, exchanging secret memos among themselves. And the fact that serious people, we know that also more recently from pilots that are reporting unusual things they see, that deserves attention. We need to figure out what instruments recorded and try to understand whether these are natural phenomena, whether these are adversarial nations, or perhaps some very advanced technologies that we are not aware of, that are not human-made. Irrespective of whether the last interpretation is the correct one or not, we need to figure these things out. And any person should be filled with curiosity when seeing all these files. There will be more released every week or so. We heard that there will be weekly installments, so this is really the very first installment. And my guess is that the more interesting documents, information, videos will be released in future weeks, because they take more time for the declassification process to allow us to see them. And in particular, the 46 videos that were requested by Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna that hopefully will come out in the next batch of releases.
This is crazy, man. I don't know. I don't believe none of this shit, man. It's, especially now coming out now. Like that motherfucker gonna say, wow, oh, it is UFO. Nobody's doing that shit.
So some logic.
You just gutted the voter right act. You think motherfuckers worried about some UFOs right now? Really? Some people ain't worrying about that shit right now.
Explanations there, rocks as opposed to perhaps extraterrestrial activity, Professor. But in your vast knowledge and expertise, you don't believe that we're the only carbon-based life forms in the entire universe, do you?
Not at all. I don't even think that we are at the top of the food chain.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
the Milky Way galaxy is full of 100 billion stars like the sun, and about 10% of them have a planet roughly the size of the Earth at roughly the same separation. So it would be arrogant of us to assume that we are unique and special, and most of the stars formed billions of years before the sun. So there was plenty of time for even a spacecraft like Voyager that was sent out of the solar system 50 years ago. Even for that, to cross the entire Milky Way galaxy, it takes about 1 billion years. There was plenty of time for other civilizations that predated us to reach to our backyard. So I think it should be treated as an experimental, observational task for us to figure out if we are being visited. And if we are visited, of course, that would inspire us to visit the backyard of the senders of these probes.
Oh, Professor, I have so many questions. One is, does this scare you? Because this scares me, right? Like, if we have been visited, I find that all scary.
Scared of what? What are you scared about? What ain't nothing to be scared of? Shit ain't real.
I've seen too many movies.
No, because the professor is...
That's right, you've seen too many movies and shit.
You never come in peace. Maybe initially, but...
No, but the idea, Professor, that... So you made an interesting point, right? Which is that the universe is much older than this planet, and that we're talking about systems that are light years away from us. If aliens have the ability to travel at the speed by which they could arrive here on planet Earth, which there's nothing that we know of that fast, and by that very nature, perhaps they would have gotten rid of all the things that plague us: war and division and strife. That's my idealistic hope.
The thing is, I can't believe I used to believe in this BS. Yeah, man. Hey, me too, man. Me too. Jeez. Anyway, let's go.
So the way to think of this is like a blind date of interstellar proportions. And when you go on a blind date, you never know if the dating partner will be friendly or a serial killer, right? And so my approach is I'm sufficiently frustrated with the daily news, reading the news every day here on Earth, that I'm willing to experience whatever we find, because my hope is that it will bring us to a better place. We would not be as arrogant as we are. We would not be, engaged in conflicts all the time here on Earth, because there would be something else out there that we should think about. So all in all, I think...
Okay, that's the only thing that made sense. That made sense, Maybe if you knew that somebody else was out there, most likely, definitely knew somebody else was out there that was bigger, badder than us, or whatever the case, and made it enough self-known, I'm sure that war would stop here real quick. All the bullshit would stop here real quick. Have some unification. I believe that. But anyway, let's go.
Bring us, it will be a good transformation for humanity, and that's why I think we should search for anything. The other thing to keep in mind is, even if we don't, we are not willing to believe that, the question of whether we have a neighbor or not does not depend on what we think. Either we have a neighbor that is visiting us or not. And so our duty, at least my duty as a scientist, is to look at the evidence and figure out what it means. And I'm here to help government in this process as more data is being released.
Professor Avilov, thank you so
great.
much.
Okay, let me go ahead and get on to this over here. Okay, I want to play this. This is one of the clips that they had about this, man. This is crazy here. This is in the files that they just put out. This is a release of some 8-point star UFO or whatever you got here. Let's go ahead and start this. Okay, what is this? You can tell something coming from behind this thing. Some sort of air disruption. You can see it making air disruption. Could that be something they created? Government created? Now this is what they put out today. It's in the files. I'm making some chemtrails. It'll look at what it's looking like. That's what it's doing. Look, it's making some chemtrails. This is weird.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation.
Okay, so now let's get on to the next thing. Now these are this. It's what they put out, the photos they put out. Let's go over here and check it out. Okay, now this one is what? Capture identified object over Western United States, 2025. Like this is a little dot. But never seen the ship. This is another one. Okay, this is September Western infrared imaging. Okay, this is supposed to be UFO. I mean, okay. Still infrared, still image. Why isn't infrared? And you're just gonna look two little pieces of whatever here. You can see. And this here, metallic object. This look fake to me. Look, this is, but this is still so. Actual site photo FBI lab rendering graphic overlay depiction. Collaborate witness report September 23rd. An elliptical bronze metallic object materializing out of the bright light sky. 300 and 195 feet in length and disappeared instantaneously. This is what they talking about. Again, this is what they're talking about, the moon thing, okay? Apollo 17 mission. The yellow box contains a large area where a photo in which lights are visible above the lunar terrain. Right here. Okay, so for the military operating as feature flying across the screen. Okay, this right here. This thing right here flying across the screen. Okay. It said United States Emirates. Okay, there's one there. I guess it's here or here. Here. I don't know. You can't see it. Okay, above the surface of the ocean, taking multiple 90-degree turns at high speed. Okay, that's another photo. Hold on, folks. Okay, let's go through it a little bit more. And okay. Okay, Air Force, okay, over the southern United States. And this is the one here. What does it look like to you? I don't know. Does it resemble a football-shaped body near Japan? This is near Japan. And then Army report, the UAP in North America, 2026. So 25, okay, there's another one. All infrared imaging. There's another one. This little dot here, I guess that's where that's supposed to be right there. That's supposed to be one there too. And this one here, okay, infrared, black hot, under below a helicopter. There's still a dot below the helicopter. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna get off of that. Let me get back over here. Okay. So let's go ahead to the next thing. But I wanted to show that because that just came out today about the UFO files being released by the Department of War and stuff. Like I said, I think this is just a distraction. To divert the people's attention from the war, for what they're going to try to do next, and stuff like that. So let's talk about Kodak Black, man. Kodak Black, man, got arrested, man. Yesterday, basically, news came down like yesterday for drug trafficking. He's charged in Florida, and like I said, his real name is Bill Capri. He was booked in Orange County Jail on Wednesday on felony charges trafficking MDMA, a synthetic drug known as ecstasy or Molly. So we're just trying to push that Molly out. Okay, now he entered a written plea of not guilty and asked the jury asked for a jury trial on Thursday. He also waived appearance in person at the future arraignment hearing in the state court, so he's not going to appear to court probably by video. Okay, now his bond was set for $75,000 now. They wasn't giving him the bond at first, but apparently his lawyers got in there and then gave him a bond and stuff. But yeah, so he's in trouble again, you know. Apparently, I guess what happened is that, let's see, we were following the pre-arrest follow a police encounter with, okay, November, hearing gunshots, okay. It says the pre-arrest followed a police encounter in Orlando in November with officers called to a neighborhood in Orlando by the residents who reported hearing gunshots. The officer encountered a bunch of people hanging out, parked luxury sports utility vehicles, including Capri, according to police report. The officer noted white substance on a $100 bill inside the Lamborghini. Snored with the $100 bill. Okay, you know who started that mess. Okay, we smell of cannabis given off part of the car to search the vehicle. During the search, also found pink bags. The pink stuff that P. Diddy, pink cocaine, pink bag containing plastic bags of MDMA, $37,000. And numerous documents Capri name on them. Damn. Pink man matched the back screen in the photo of the rapper posted in his Instagram account. The bag also contained distinct lighters. That was on the photo. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah, he's doing too much, man. I thought quarterback was Julio. No. No. No, that was BS. So, that's all I got with him. So, before we get into that, I gotta talk about Cardi B and Tasha K. Apparently, Tasha K got hit this time. Again, defying the court order of a bankruptcy. Cardi B went to the judge, asked the judge to get rid of the bankruptcy case because she's saying that her and her lawyers found overseas account Tasha K had in the Caribbean and in Europe, and she transferred her name, all her business money assets over to her husband's name and husband company. And she was online flaunting the type of bags. She got the clothes, jewelry, and she's paying $7,000 rent in one of her places. $7,000 rent. Saying she's living a life of luxury. And she's still talking about Cardi B like a dog out here. Something's wrong with her, man. I'm just going like that. Something's wrong. You be thinking that you got sued, you paid $3 million, you still talking about her. So basically, what the judge did is they fined Tasha K and her lawyer upset because now the lawyer got fined, saying that the lawyer got to pay 10% of Cardi B legal fees. Yes. So finally the judge did something. Finally. fine. So the lawyer now is in distress. If I was a lawyer, I would not, you know, be her lawyer anymore. Now you costing me money. And we don't know how much the judge or the court is gonna ask him to pay. And that's coming up Monday. It could be $300,000 or $1 million. It could be, you don't know what it could be. Not only that, the judge put out a restraining order against Tasha K on behalf of Cardi B. Which means now she really can't. You can't talk about her now. You got to restrain her. You break that restraint, they're gonna just throw you in jail. Can't say nothing. You can't say nothing about her family, her kids, her previous boyfriends, previous husband, ex-husband, nothing. So she's fucked up, man. She's fucked up right now. And not only that, it seemed to me that Cardi B lawyers is keeping an eye on Tasha K. Eagle eye on her. For real though. She slip up, that's it. They probably got somebody, looking at social media. Someone that's probably in her chat. It's probably working for the lawyers. Or probably ascribe to her Patreon and stuff like that. Now she probably think that she can get away with it by talking about it on Patreon and shit. She might not be able to. I don't know. I don't think so. But apparently the lawyer told Tasha K to take down every video you got about her. Everything. Every post. Everything. Yeah, Cardi B got more money. Yeah, she got hellified money. Yeah, over $100 million. And it doesn't look like it looks like she's gonna get more. It looks like she's set to get more money out here. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, man, this is bad. Now if she break this, she can't be stupid. She already stupid enough by talking to her. But I think that if I can bet any money, she might break this restraining order. If she do, they gonna take her and send her to jail, or she might leave. Tasha K might just bounce, and go to Africa. But she can't talk about her at all now. You got a restraining order on her. Break that and see what the court do. Court is tired. I think the courts are tired of her. Cardi B lawyers are tired. So what'll happen is that if the judge sign off on dismissing the bankruptcy, that mean that Cardi B and the lawyers can just say, I want the money now. I don't want to wait. I don't want no payments, nothing. Just give me the money now. And she have maybe 30 days or something like that she did to come up with the money. If she can't come up with the money, that's it. She's finished. She's out. She out of here. They gonna start just pulling everything. Confiscating everything. YouTube channel and all that shit. She's finished. And all she had to do is initially, when Cardi B said take that down, all she had to do is take it down. She didn't have to say sorry, you didn't at that time. Just take it down. She didn't want to do it. So I think there's some jealousy thing going on with Tasha K and what you call it, and Cardi B. Unfortunately. So, Last thing I'm talking about. Some people talking about this, man. I saw Freezy you talking about Abba and Preach. Abba, his girlfriend, abortion. I said, what the hell is going on here? And then I saw a couple other people talking about the same thing. You know, now Abba is red pill now because, you know, he's getting jerked, you know, by his woman. Woman put him out there. And then Myron Gaines, you know, trying to capitalize off of it. Of course, because, you know, when Myron Gaines was going through it with his girlfriend, she put him out there and all that bullshit that went on with that. Now it's his turn. So we're going to play this video. LTTV. And he breaks it down. Let me see. Oops. What the hell? Okay. There we go. Okay, we're gonna play this. But Abba Preach, man. Abba seems like he's going through it, man. But I was just say, why are people talking about Abba and Preach? I was like, what's going on with him? You know, I mean, and I think that this is the first time that any one of them, you know, got exposed by some girl. You could say the private life bleed over into your YouTube life. You could say. So let's go ahead and play this, man.
Shout out to brother LTTV. The building, man.
Shout out to LTTV.
If y'all want to keep up with the news and this shit be going on, subscribe to LTTV.
And he said, just so we're clear, great.
Okay, let's go.
I'm going to be talking about a pregnancy in which Abba ultimately walked away from. And he said, just so we're clear, I will not be involved.
A pregnancy. Ain't this a bitch? You know, I think people say that she ran a scam on this nigga. You know, it kind of looks like that. There's a lot of people saying that. You know, but Myron is on it, man. Myron just did a video saying, you know, if you want to come on here and talk about it, but he said that but it's not going to be nice over here. You know, it's not going to be nice over here. So maybe even Myron know that this is a setup. But anyway, let's go.
And then I kind of snap back a little bit and I'm like, then don't be. And then he blocks me. He says, keep it or don't. I don't need updates. If you do this solo, good luck. If you don't, keep it. Great. And then he blocks me again. He just get upset, so I don't answer because I'm trying to get something to eat. I'm hungry and I'm like sick. I'm in my first trimester and I don't answer. And he says, I don't care, bye, blocked. I'm trying to eat. Hey, I was really trying to get something to eat. I haven't eaten. He says, parasite, I don't care. Eat, shit, sleep. I want my peace back. I want you gone. You know, this is so far removed from what he would support on his channel and promote on his channel.
So this is his girlfriend.
Hi.
This is his girlfriend, so she did get pregnant by him. But apparently things didn't work out. After he told her he got pregnant and, you know, he wanted to bounce and stuff. And she wanted to keep the baby and they were supposed to set up this date to get an abortion. He never showed up, so she didn't go through it. And she did this like 3 times. Made abortion reservations. And she canceled all 3 of them. I think it's 3 or 6 times or whatever the case, but she'll tell you. But here, let's go.
My name is Libby, and I was a girlfriend of Abba from Abba and Preach.
Yeah, hey, that's some ironic shit, ain't it? Yeah, he been roasting people, now he's being roasted. Yeah, man. Both of them over there. Yeah, now they in the middle of the bullshit. I told you, you be on the chopping block. I'm telling you. It happens to all of us, you know. You be roasting this person, that person, and then all of a sudden something come out. Now you on the chopping block. You being high and mighty, roasting people, say they should did this, but now you on the chopping block. And your roast might be worse than theirs. Anyway, let's go.
We were together for 5 months.
Move forward.
Cap, this must be some bullshit. Then I clicked in and I seen her provide some evidence via messages. Now, when you look at the messages, anybody could just replace a name in a text message and put a name of a famous celebrity or something and act like this is an interaction. But when you pull up the Instagram and it's actually ABBA and they're actually having a back and forth, there's some credence here. And this is some nasty work because this is peak hypocrisy. This is the Daisy situation all over again.
Yeah, this is Daisy. It's almost like similar to what Myron went through with his girlfriend Daisy. Simple thing. But there was no pregnancy involved in that situation. But ABBA and Preach was going in on Myron when he was going through his thing with his girlfriend. Now everybody's going in on ABBA. He's going through it now. This shit, this is crazy. And everybody was talking about it. I said, dang, what the freak you talking about this for? I was like, I guess Anton Daniels burnt out. Hey, Anton Daniels' story burnt out. Anton Daniels is not in the news no more. Not in the algorithm no more. You gotta talk about something else now. Hey, you should have been doing content from the beginning. Fuck that. I understand you kept running Anton, but I think you stayed on Anton Daniels too long. You try to ride it out like Leonard Arnold's trying to ride out Dr. Umar. It ain't gonna happen. But anyway, listen to you.
Pretty much 2 years from this moment, 2 years ago was a Daisy situation. Same month, same everything, 2 years ago. Filthy work. What is going on?
That's not some ironic shit right there.
How does ABBA end up in this situation after calling out Fresh and holding Fresh accountable for the exact same situation? Let's get into the details and let's see if there's some validity here, because this is crazy, man.
See, they got the same type of liking of women. Look at her. Same type. Daisy and her. You know, they're both Asian. Both got the fillers, lip fillers, this and that. All right, work out, this and that, third. Botox. Want to live the soft life. Hey, what can you say? But this is what you getting.
What the hell? What's going on with this computer today?
And involved with each other for. My name is.
What the? Okay. Sorry, Chad.
Let's go.
And I was a girlfriend.
Let's do this again. Damn.
Hi, my name is Libby, and I was a girlfriend of ABBA from ABBA and Preach. We were together for 5 months and involved with each other for about 8 months total, but 5 months of that was a serious, committed relationship. I know when someone thinks 5 months, they think,
damn, nigga, 5 months. That's, boy, these some goofy money. Niggas be falling in love in months. I mean, it happened to the best of us, but still, god damn. I mean, you ain't got to know nobody really in 5 months, man. You need at least 2 years. At least. Dang, 5 months. Ugh. Hey, but like I said, it happened to the best of us. Hey, I can dig it, but still, let's continue. Let's continue.
what can really happen in 5 months, but I think most would agree the first 5 months of a relationship can feel very intense and be filled with a lot of love. And that means you can feel the opposite of that intensity if things are not aligning or if things are not compatible. I'm going to be talking about a pregnancy in which ABBA ultimately walked away from. And I'm going to be talking about the difficulties and the emotionally harmful interactions I've had with ABBA. I want to acknowledge...
This is crazy, man. These niggas get put out by these bras out here, man, like it ain't nothing. God damn, you gotta deal with this shit. Ah, yeah, you was the one. Guilt him, kick him to the curb. They gonna go ballistic on you. They gonna go out here on social media and put all your business out there, man. This is crazy, dog. Should have paid the money. Damn. Oh, no.
Something up front, and that is, I know exactly who I'm speaking about. I know exactly who ABBA is.
Mind you, chat, this video dropped 12 hours ago. 12 hours ago on her channel. It is a new channel. This is the first video on the channel.
Damn.
She said it's going to have a part 2, so there's more details to be released later. First video on the channel. Dropped 12 hours ago, so this is fresh.
ABBA is articulate. He is persuasive.
And his video is, he did it yesterday.
And he is calculated. ABBA is the king of receipts. And anyone who really knows ABBA would not willingly put themselves in the position I'm putting myself in right now, unless their experience was significant enough to speak on. I'm not here to...
Someone in the chat said Fresh and Fit and versus ABBA and Preach, the battle of the baby mamas. That's right. The battle of the baby mamas. Now, he got this girl pregnant. I don't know if she kept a kid or not. I don't know. Well, you can't believe it. He might have kept a kid. You know, if he did, that's going to be worse on him.
Cause spectacle. This is all informational. And I'll just leave it up for interpretation. I met ABBA July of 2025, last year. And it was really fun, and it was really interesting, and it was honestly full of love.
That noise.
4 months into the relationship, I start to see incompatibilities and inconsistencies that made me question the relationship and started to make me feel doubt.
She got some construction. If you hear that noise, she got construction going on at her place, apparently. You can hear the buzz saw and all that stuff and banging and stuff. It must be doing something around there.
Ironically, as I started to feel those doubts, I found out I was pregnant. I was very nervous, but I knew I wanted to keep the child.
She ain't wasting no time.
I told Abba about the pregnancy, and he was actually very supportive. He was very excited. He always talked about how much he wanted children, and he said he was sure about the pregnancy, and he said that he was always very sure about me.
So he was sure about the pregnancy. He was always sure about her.
You are the father!
I, however, did not feel sure about Abba. Like I had mentioned, I started to see some core fundamental differences with our values, our lifestyle, and especially how Abba handled things emotionally and how he handled things communicatively. As time goes on, during the pregnancy, I still start to feel even more anxious and more...
Remember, both Abba and Myron got a type, and this is this type right here. This is the type they have. What do you expect? They don't live the life. They want kids. They want to they want to live that lifestyle that you can provide for them. They want to be known. That's what it is. Anyway, let's continue.
Nervous. And I think I start to confuse my anxiousness with being with ABBA or moving forward with ABBA with my confusion and anxiousness with the pregnancy and if I wanted to continue the pregnancy or not. And terminating the pregnancy was never in the question. It was something I never wanted to do. But as time...
Nah, that ain't me, bruh. That is from her video. That has nothing to do with me. That is what's going on in her audio. That has nothing to do with me.
Now, they're saying that one guy on here said that he got her pregnant for real. Yeah, apparently he got it. Marion wasn't so lucky with Daisy, but I'm sure that if she had a chance, she would have got him pregnant. If he stayed with her a little bit longer, he probably got Daisy pregnant.
That banging, I don't know what the fuck going on.
Kept going in the relationship. Terminating the pregnancy was never in the question. It was something I never wanted to do. But as time kept going in the relationship, I still felt like it was pretty rocky. And I talked to ABBA and I said, maybe an abortion is something we should do, even if that isn't what I wanted.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that ABBA and Priest, they talk down or they kind of side with the, you can say, they're not red pill, really. They talk bad about the red pill and they talk bad about men and abusing women. It was on that type of time. You could say that it was, on the side of the sisterhood. Some people say it was ain't be on the side of the hood, but now it seems like these motherfuckers faking the funk. They just like the rest of the brothers out there. Just like the rest. No different. Get pregnant. Good idea at first. You could have a baby. We could do this, and then all of a sudden he get cold feet, change his mind, and say, "Oh hell no, I want my freedom." Get an abortion. If you don't get an abortion, don't talk to me no more. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Interesting. Let's go.
At all, and ABBA was not happy with it.
Yeah, you see that? When I pause that, you don't hear the sound anymore. It's her audio. I don't know what's going on. So, yeah, ABBA's not happy with the pregnancy, although he got her pregnant and was speaking a different tune. According to her, we don't know if any of this is true. This is according to her story.
Maybe an abortion is something we should do, even if...
Now, she said it was out of the question, and then she's seriously entertaining it until she actually... I'm not going to ruin the plot. Let's get into it.
That isn't what I wanted at all. And ABBA was not happy with it. ABBA was quite disappointed, and he tried to support the decision as much as he could, but you can tell that he was struggling with it a little bit. We make our first appointment for the abortion, and ABBA visits me to be there for me, and we don't go through with it that day. And when he leaves, I make another appointment, and I cancel that one. And I think in total I canceled 3 abortion appointments. And
you canceled 3 abortion appointments. That's crazy. Okay. So what? It was going back and forth? Or maybe she canceled them. That's what people are saying, that she canceled them because she wasn't really pregnant. And she was doing this, what people are in the chat saying, for clout. That's why. To get there, they cancel the appointment. If you cancel, if you make the appointment, you cancel it. You make another one, you cancel it. You don't cancel. That means that people say, well, she might not be pregnant. She's using this abortion thing just to stick them.
And I think, maybe I should give it more time and see if my feelings change. And so I set an appointment for after the trip I had planned to Montreal to visit ABBA. I visit Abbott in Montreal, and we get into our biggest fight.
Okay.
And this was a real turning point for me. And I know it's...
Cynical One, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Where's mine?
It's hard to imagine Abba upset, but he does get there. And not only does he get there, he goes past the point of the threshold of where anger should stop. Abba resorts to name-calling and degrading language, and resorts to ridicule and mocking, and it does teeter on the verbal abusive side, and I hate to put a label on it like that, but that is truly what it felt like. And don't take my word for it. I will be posting examples in this video or the next.
Posting examples? Okay, so
who posting examples? What's that about?
We got evidence of this. This is bad, man. This is bad.
This video.
Jeez.
After that trip, I realized that I always wanted to keep the child, and it was the relationship that needed to be looked at. And so I canceled that last appointment, and I call Abba, and I tell him, I'm so sorry for the back and forth, but it was never in my values to terminate the pregnancy.
Okay, so she's going back and forth. Wanted to terminate it, and now she's saying, I'm not going to terminate after they had that big blow-up argument. So now she's going to stick you. Stick you with the kid. And then some.
We've heard this before with Daisy. It's not in her values to terminate the pregnancy, but you went to 3 appointments. You canceled them all, but you're still going to... I'll let her finish. I don't understand when they say that and then they end up going through with it. It's just asinine to me. But nonetheless...
I think I'm anxious about us. And I think it's better if we co-parent. And I was thinking about the kind of environment I would like to...
Well, she got all planned. Okay, we co-parent. We could do this. We can do that. You can come over on this day. I come that day. You gotta be here when the baby do his first walk and this and that. Baby first eat his first solid food. You got to be there. We get his first pictures, first haircut. Oh man, she was gonna still take it. You might as well marry the goddamn broad, man. You gonna do all that shit? Shit. You might as well marry her. She's gonna stick you anyway.
Raise my child in and everything like that. So Abba's really upset, and we hang up, and he tells me to get the abortion. And he tells me...
Now this is the epitome of unaccountability for Abba, because Abba went on a tirade, cooking fresh and fit for their irresponsibility, their unaccountability with making when Fresh got Daisy pregnant, and then Daisy was...
Yeah, okay. I forgot that he did get Daisy. So this is the same thing. I mean, same thing that mine went through. I was going through. Got one of these super hot 304s pregnant. They wanted to settle down, trying to find a bum to settle down with. A gazoo, whatever. Settle down with, and they was the one that got picked. And it didn't don't work out. Crazy. But hold on real quick. All right, let's go. Let's continue.
Just doing the whole, media tour, hanging the baby over his head, pretty much saying she won't do X, Y, and Z. She was trying to milk his pockets. But this is a different situation. This all played out in the back, and then she brought it to the forefront. So let's get into it.
I don't have anything to say, just get the abortion, and I'll wait for the abortion updates. And I said, I will consider keeping you, I will keep you updated. I will consider what you said over the phone about having the abortion. My values were to ultimately not get it. And he said, just so we're clear, if you change your mind for the 10th time, I will not be involved. And then I kind of snap back a little bit, and I'm like, then don't be. And then he blocks me. And he blocks me for an entire day. And
so he blocks her for an entire day. Yeah, who doesn't? All right.
I'm so sorry for the construction in the background. I have to make sure.
See? That's her. Construction in the background. That had nothing to do with me. Y'all want to hold me accountable for shit that got nothing to do.
I mean, you can tell. You can hear the buzz saw in the back. Table saw. Because it was cutting shit. I mean, come on, man. For real, though? Let's go.
Do with me.
Don't fucking touch me! Blocks me. And he blocks me for an entire day. And I'm so sorry for the construction in the background. I have to make sure to speak loud. Sorry about that. I said, hey, I need to talk to you about the baby. I'm still blocked. And I tell my cousin to message him to unblock me. And he says, hey, I unblocked you for a second to say stop contacting me. Regardless of what you choose, I will never decide to keep in contact with you. You're not my responsibility. Now don't reach out to me again. And then if you guys are reading this, I'll mention what's going on here in a minute. But I said, why did you block me after you wanted updates? He says, because I don't want updates. Sorry I wasn't clear, so I'll be clear. I don't want to ever hear from you again.
Damn.
Okay, so mind you, at this point, she's
Abba's doing like all them guys. All the brothers. Just like the dude in Men in Society. Oh, you baby, I don't want to hear nothing about that. He hung up the phone. Then cousin come knock at the door. Nigga don't want to take no responsibility. But he was talking all this shit about men not taking responsibility, this and that and third. Now he's one that's doing the same thing. That's why they call him a hypocrite out here. That's why he's getting smoked out right now. Jeez. Crazy. Let's continue.
She's pregnant, and he's talking about, I don't ever want to hear from you again. He is running out on the responsibility right now. This is bad.
Now, I thought that Abba preached.
He says, keep it.
I thought that Abba preached. There was the guys that do the right thing by the women and stuff, man. Well, what happened? What happened out here?
I don't need updates. If you do this solo, good luck. If you don't, keep it. Great. And then he blocks me again. And I am so exhausted at this point on how Abba handles conflict and how he resorts to shutting down and avoidance and stonewalling, and especially at a time that is very critical and sensitive. I just want to show you this. So this kind of will show you an example of Abba's volatility a little bit. I think within the span of 4 months of our relationship, I think I was blocked like 100 times. And I typed in the word block in my search history for my messages. And the first time he blocked me was in August 7th, the beginning of August. And I think we met in the middle of July. And this was just 3 weeks after we met. And so,
I mean, what is the blocking going to do? That's not going to do anything, you know? I mean, if she's pregnant by your kid, you know, all you got to do is put the course on your ass. You know, you fucked. You know, it is what it is. I don't know, the blocking ain't going to do so much. I just want to hear of it and stuff. Yeah. And that's why she went on her channel and did this goddamn video exposing your ass. The blocking just speed up your demise. That's what all the blocking did. Shit. Somebody should have told him that, hey man, if you brought this girl, she might just take this shit to the next level. Oh no. Anyway, let's go.
So then he blocks me again at the end of August, and then a few times in September, and then October and November and December. And anytime that you see the word blocked on my end, I'm just telling him like, hey, can you unblock me? You still have me blocked from Instagram or something. And that doesn't stop there. I now type in the word blocking, which is different from blocked, but I still have a bunch of where he's like, I'm blocking you here. And I put blocking here because I didn't block him here. I was telling him like, hey, you keep blocking. And yeah, so now I'm blocked and I'm upset. I am 9 weeks pregnant. I'm feeling emotional. I'm hormonal, all these changes. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to blame it on that specifically because I knew that I was also exhausted from the dynamic of Ab and I. And so this is a blemish on my part in all of this. But I pretend to send a screenshot of Abba's message saying that he doesn't want to be a part of this anymore. I pretend to send it to Myron Gaines.
What? Send it to, just broad send the information about, I don't want to be part of your life no more. I don't want to be part of this no more. To Myron Gaines, his mortal enemy. Ain't this a bitch? This is a boy. This is what I'm saying. This is a betrayal here, man. She's not even loyal to you. She's gonna send it to your enemy.
Whoa. Wait. You sent what to Myron Gaines? To Myron? Jeez. To Myron? So you're not...
They're gonna have this interview, I'm sure. Myron Gaines played it, got on his live and said that he want her to come to his show and they talk about it.
9 weeks pregnant and you already sent this to Myron?
Well, is she 5 weeks pregnant or 9 weeks?
I pretend to send it to Myron Gaines.
Wait. You sent what to Myron Gaines? To Myron? To Myron? So you're 9 weeks pregnant and you already sent this to Myron?
Okay, 9 weeks pregnant. Okay.
Screenshot of.
I just want to see how long she was along. She's 9 weeks. Okay.
Saying that he doesn't want to be a part of this anymore. I pretend to send it to Myron.
Oh, you pretend.
9 weeks? That's way past abortion. You can have. I don't know. I mean, shit. It's almost 2 months.
Details. I'm like, why would she pretend? She pretended to send it to Myron. Why would she do that? Let me listen.
Okay, so she's bluffing him. So she said she pretended to send.
Already sent this to Myron?
Let's go. Play it
Screenshot of Abba's message saying that he doesn't want to be a part of this anymore. I pretend to send it to Myron.
Oh, you pretend.
Oh, she's a pretended. She's fucking with him, man.
Details. I'm like, why would she pretend? She pretended to send it to Myron. Why would she do that? Let me listen.
She know their situation. She knows the situation between Myron Gaines and him. Knowing that's gonna get on his bad side. Let's go.
Listen.
But I pretend to send a screenshot of Abba's message saying that he doesn't want to be a part of this anymore. I pretend to send it to Myron Gaines. And I never do it, and I never did do it, but that was just to like, I was fighting back a little bit. But again, I never did it. And I also messaged the Ab and Preach page. And I tell him this. I'm not going to read it, but I'll leave it up here so you guys can view and pause if you like. And he just...
Now, right after following this video dropping, this guy was in the comment section on her video talking about he wants to do an interview with her. He represents Myron, blah, blah, blah. He sent her the Instagram. That's how I found it and found out who this guy was based on the comments that he left on her channel. So Myron and Fresh, they're going to be all over this. They're going to be covering this and cooking him for the same reason he cooked Fresh for Daisy. This is going to get messy. This is filthy work. Now, this is where there's some validity added, because at first I'm like, you could just rename anybody's message and act like it's them and put ABBA there and it's just some random person because there's no correlation to their number or any verifying stamp that it's them, until she goes to the Instagram, and it's ABBA and Preach's Instagram, and then there's back and forth messages that pretty much continue where they left off from the conversation she had via text message. So this evidence is...
Hold on, folks, hold on.
It's looking like evidence, and she said it early. If you're gonna come for ABBA, you have to come correctly because he's the king of receipts according to her. So this is bad, man.
This responds, "Hey, blackmailer, stop reaching out." And ABBA gets very, and
sorry, Chad.
He just responds, "Hey, blackmailer, stop reaching out." And ABBA gets very upset because now Preach sees these messages, and now Preach knows that his girlfriend is pregnant. Now Preach knows ABBA's girlfriend is pregnant. And ABBA calls me at some point, and this is just another example of how ABBA does talk to me when he does get upset. So I don't answer because I'm trying to get something to eat. hungry, and I'm like sick. I'm in my first trimester, and I don't answer. And he says, I don't care, bye, blocked. I'm trying to eat. Hey, I was really trying to get something to eat. I haven't eaten. He says, parasite, I don't care. Eat, shit, sleep. I want my peace back. I want you gone. So hurry up. You made 9 accounts harassing me and blackmailing. So he's talking about my cousin reaching out and sending him messages and he calls again, and we finally get on a phone call. This is the most brutal phone call, and it does reflect everything that I had mentioned before, that it was verbal and emotionally abusive and contain a lot of dehumanizing language and degrading language. And I actually have the phone call right here, but I cannot play it because ABBA can file legal action against me. And in this phone call, he also says, I will never meet the baby. I will never look at the baby in the face. I will
Whoa. If this is true, I don't know, because she says she can't play it. If the audio is true and he actually said, I will never meet the baby, I will never look the baby in the face, to have your offspring out there in the world and you don't, that's crazy work. But I don't want to ruin the plot, but let's get back into it.
can file legal action against me. And in this phone call, he also says, I will never meet the baby. I will never look at the baby in the face. I will never know its name. And if I do, I will make sure to tell them that their mother was disgusting and horrible. And he says that he will make sure he's never a part of the baby's life. And I know you can't picture ABBA saying this. this. But he does say it.
I don't know, man.
After that, I never hear from Abba again. 3 days go by, and I am desperate to talk to him. And I contact Preach through Instagram. And Preach doesn't want anything to do with it, which is understandable. And I just kind of leave it alone after that.
If I was Preach, of course I would want nothing to do with this. I'd be like, bro, handle whatever you got going on in your life. This has nothing to do with me. I'd be avoiding this like the plague if I was Preach. What the fuck does this got to do with me if I'm Preach? Damn.
Week 1 goes by and I don't hear anything from Abba. Week 2 goes by, I don't hear anything from Abba. And then now we're at week 3. And I know that 3 weeks doesn't seem like a long time, but when you're trying to figure out a situation as critical as this one, and you're so desperate to talk to the father of the baby, 3 weeks felt like a very long time. And week 4 comes up, and
Hold on. All right.
I now have to make a decision. And I have to make a decision based off what the reality is. The reality is that Abba completely left me for dead. And Abba walked out on the pregnancy, and he is now absent from this entire thing. And he doesn't want anything to do with the baby, and he doesn't want anything to do with me, and I make the hardest decision I ever had to make. And it was a very painful decision, but...
Okay, what was it? I want to know what the decision was. We got to find out. Damn. Just when you like to say what decision you make, I would get an ad. All this time playing this, it ain't got no ad. Finally got an ad. 2 of them, as a matter of fact. I'm glad when I start getting some ads on my shit.
Having the abortion.
Come on, man.
But you said 9 weeks. Can you give him 9 weeks? I guess so. I mean, shit. I mean, I don't know.
And I grieved very hard. And I was also grieving the relationship with Abba. I knew that I found all of these incompatibilities, but I did still love him a lot. And
Yeah, so she loved him after 5 months? Yeah, I'm not going to say nothing about that. But looking at her, looking at him, the status, him being a big YouTuber and stuff, I don't know if it's love. I don't know. But anyway, let's go.
I was feeling very lost. And
now this is the exact same situation as Daisy, even to the conclusion of the abortion. Although Daisy acted like she didn't have the abortion while doing various shows to try to milk the process for clout, so Daisy went out incredibly sad. Nonetheless, this still resulted in an abortion. So you're chasing him down, basically trying to make him involved in your life throughout the pregnancy. You keep referring to yourself as the girl.
So she finally had an abortion, I guess. Man, this whole incident is like, what, 100% similar to what Fresh went through with his girlfriend Daisy? This is wild, man.
Girlfriend, but he was blocking you. He was running. He was blocking her. He was calling her names. He was avoiding the pregnancy so she would have the abortion. He was trying to leave her alone, left her hanging, so same thing as Fresh. The exact same thing as Fresh.
Truly, some of my darkest days. And I think Abba will never get a hold of me.
It's not 9 months, it was 9 weeks. She said 9 weeks, and then a few weeks passed, and then she had not 9 months. 9 months, you can't do that, bro. What the hell?
Again, and he really doesn't care to reach out, but he does. So a week after the abortion, I hear from him on Instagram.
Okay.
And this is what he says. He says, "For me to plan things, I need clarity on a few things, whether you intend to continue the pregnancy and what level of involvement you foresee for me. I should be clear that I still have no plans to co-parent. I'm not messaging to discuss the relationship or here to argue, just the above." And
wait, he needs clarity on a few things, intend to continue with the pregnancy. So okay, this is very confusing. He's basically saying if she continues with it, she didn't know that she already aborted it at this point, but if she continued with it, he wants to know what type of involvement she foresee.
Okay, so she had the abortion, but since she, canceled 4 or 5 appointments to have abortion before, I guess he must have thought that he was going to keep the baby. I don't know what's going on here. This is crazy and stuff. So he was planning that she was gonna keep the baby, but he don't know that she already went through the abortion.
She foresees from him, although he has no plans to co-parent. So he's pretty much thinking, how much what are you looking at money-wise? Are you trying to take me to some child support?
Yeah, see, that's what he thought. That's what I'm thinking. That he thought that, okay, she ain't had a kid, she gonna put me on the state. So she didn't tell him that she had abortion. Oh, this is dirty work, man. I don't know, man.
Are you trying to, that's what I see from it. He's not trying to be involved in the kid's life at all. But she aborted the child, so this is not even a story anymore because the child's gone.
Damn.
And he is messaging me a lot, and it's because I'm not responding to him. And one thing I realized about Abba is Abba thinks a certain way. Abba also likes things done a certain way. And if things are not followed through in the way that he wants, you will see a reaction from him. And, this is one of those times, I'm not responding, and he is insulting me, saying I'm doing all these things, and I'm not doing those things, and I'm not going to engage with this type of communication, but he does lash out. And I thought about the pregnancy, and I thought, Abba never cared about the child. He only cared about, this dream that he had. But that's not really how it works. We both have this responsibility. And I didn't do it the way he pictured it. And I can understand that also. But, this is so far removed from what he would support on his channel.
And that's the major point right there. That's the point that people are going to be hearkening on. This is not what he supports on his channel. This goes completely against the rhetoric that he espouses on his channel, especially as he cooks red pill folks like Fresh and Fit. Now, if we're going to be realistic about this, Abba, he got her pregnant. As a man, what you could control is what you control. When you nut in a woman and you get her pregnant, you can't be demanding X, Y, and Z. You lost your control. You gave it up at that point. You got her pregnant. So if she decides to keep it, abort it, whatever, you already gave away your power and your leverage in that situation. Now, as a woman, you can't leverage a baby to try to get a nigga in a relationship with you if it was never that serious. Because it seems from this story that Abba could have been love bombing, or she could have just fell in love quick. Who the hell knows? But he had no intention of being with her. He blocked her. He was running from the child. So at this point, she can either have the child and try to put him on some child support and try to make him take care of his child, because he's trying to avoid it. He's trying to run. But she eventually aborted it. So that's her decision. You can't force somebody who's not serious in a relationship with you to be serious in a relationship with you now that you got pregnant. You should have got a serious investment in a relationship, like some sort of commitment, marriage, something solid at that point, because that's just life. People will do the Abba. I mean, people will do the Fresh. Again! Just so. Now they're the same verb. That's crazy. Abba and Fresh, the same verb, doing the same damn thing. This is crazy, man.
I'm getting rich.
Crazy, man. This is crazy, man. I'm telling you, man. This is wild, man. Let's go.
Shout out to Watch TV with the $5 super chat. Watch TV says, bro, do not believe this woman. I'm from because she wanted to have a wholesome family dynamic, but Abba wasn't signing up for that. He was running. I don't know. Let's get back into this chat.
And promote on his channel. And so, I said I left you alone since I reached out to Preach a month ago. And he's saying, like, no, you're, like, still calling me, and I'm still trying to reach him. I said, no, I never called you. I said, I've left you alone since, like, my last contact with Preach. I said, you didn't want anything to do with the baby. I said, okay. I said, I'm not going to engage in this kind of communication, Abbas, because he keeps messaging me. And he sends this little okay liar thing. Remember, I said that.
Okay, let me, I don't want to go through all that. I want to try to see if I can find somebody else. Let's see. Okay, Donovan Shuff is talking about it, but he's live, so I gotta wait till he said I would get red pills and respond with releasing his phone call she threatened him with. Oh, what's with Abba? So,